네, 오늘 이 시간에는 세계적인 명작, 세계적인 명화, 노트북에 대한 영어 낭독을 하도록 하겠습니다. Celebrating the 10th anniversary of the classic movie, The Notebook, Nicholas Spark, New York Times bestseller. 네, 표지에 보이는 부분들만 보더라도 세계의 사랑이라고 생각을 합니다. 그 냉정과 열정 사이라고 하는 영화가 떠오르기도 해요. 자, 바로 한번 들어가 볼게요. Miracles. Who am I? And how, I wonder, will this story end? The sun has come up, and I am sitting by a window that is foggy with the breath of a life gone by. I'm a sight this morning. 2 shirts, heavy pants, a scarf wrapped twice around my neck, and tucked into a thick sweater knitted by my daughter 30 birthdays ago. The thermostat in my room is set as high as it will go, and a smaller space heater sits directly behind me. It clicks and groans and spews hot air like a fairy tale dragon, and still my body shivers with a cold that will never go away. A cold that has been 80 years in the making. 80 years, I think sometimes, and despite my own acceptance of my age, it will amazes me that I haven't been warm since George Bush was president. I wonder if this is how it is for everyone my age. My life? It isn't easy to explain. It has not been a rip-roaring spectacular I fancied it would be, but neither have I burrowed around with the golfers. I suppose it has most resembled a blue chip stock. Very stable, more ups than downs, and gradually tending toward over time. A goodbye, lucky bye, and I haven't learned that not everyone can say this about his life. But do not be misled. I am nothing special. Of this I am sure. I am common man with common thoughts, and I have led a common life. There are no monuments dedicated to me, and my name will soon be forgotten. But I've loved another with all my heart and soul, and to me this has always been enough. The romantics would call this a love story. The cynics would call it a tragedy. In my mind, it's a little bit of both. And no matter how you choose to view it in the end, it does not change the fact that it involves a great deal of my life and the path I've chosen to follow. I have no complaints about my path and the places it has taken me. Enough complaints to fill a circus tent about other things, maybe, but the path I've chosen has always been the right one, and I wouldn't have had it other way. Time, unfortunately, doesn't make it easy to stay on course. The path it the path is straight as ever, but now it is strewn with the rocks and gravel that accumulate over a lifetime. Until 3 years ago, it would have been easy to ignore, but it's impossible now. There is a sickness rolling through my body. I am neither strong nor healthy, and my days are spent like an old party balloon, listless, spongy, and growing softer over time. I cough, and through squinted eyes, I checked my watch. I realize it is time to go. I stand from my seat by the window and shuffle across the room, stopping at the desk to pick up the notebook I've read 100 times. I do not glance through it. Instead, I slip it beneath my arm and continue on my way to place I must go. I walk on tilted floors, white in color and speckled with gray, like my hair and the hair of most people here, though I am the only one in the hallway this morning. They are in their rooms, alone except for television, but they, like me, are used to it. A person can get used to anything if given enough time. I hear the muffled sounds of crying in the distance and know exactly who is making those sounds. Then the nurses see me and we smile at each other and exchange greetings. They are my friends and we talk often, but I am sure they wonder about me and the things that I go through every day. I listened as they begin to whisper among themselves as I pass. There he goes again, I hear. I hope it turns out well. But they say nothing directly to me about it. I'm sure they think it would hurt me to talk about it so early in the morning, and knowing myself as I do, I think they are probably right. A minute later, I reach the room. The door has been propped open for me, as it usually is. There are two others in the room, and they too smile at me as I enter. Good morning, they say with cheery voices, and I take a moment to ask about the kids and the schools and upcoming vacation. We talk about the crying for a minute or so. They do not seem to notice. They have become numb to it. But then again, so have I. Afterward, I see a chair that has come to be shaped like me. They are finishing up now. Her clothes are on, but still she's crying. It will become quieter after they leave. I know. The excitement of the morning always upsets her. And today is no exception. Finally, the shade is opened and the nurses walk out. Both of them touch me and smile as they walk by. I wonder what this means. I sit for just a second and stare at her, but she doesn't return the look. I understand, for she doesn't know who I am. I am a stranger to her. Then, turning away, I bow my head and pray silently for the strength I know I will need. I have always been a firm believer in God and the power of a prayer, though, to be honest, my faith has made for a list of questions I definitely want answered after I gone. Ready now. On go the glasses. Out of my pocket comes a magnifier. I put it on the table for a moment while I open the notebook. It takes two licks on my gauntlet finger to get the well-known, well-worn cover open to the first page. Then I put the magnifier in place. There is always a moment right before I begin to read the story when my mind turns and I wonder, will it happen today? I don't know, for I never know beforehand. And deep down, it really doesn't matter. It's the possibility that keeps me going, not the guarantee, a sort of a wager on my part. And though you may call me a dreamer or a fool or any other thing, I believe that anything is possible. I realize the odds and science are against me. But science is not the total answer. This I know. This I have learned in my lifetime, and that leaves me with the belief that miracles, no matter how inexplicable or unbelievable, are real and can occur without regard to natural order of things. So once again, just as I do every day, I begin to read the notebook aloud so that she can hear it, in the hope that the miracle that has come to dominate my life will once again prevail. And maybe, just maybe, it will.